Hey everyone, hi and welcome aboard. Today we have a great video for you. We are going on an adventure, and not just any adventure, but a last minute adventure to Catalina. I've been wanting to do this since I started my first video where I went from San Francisco down to LA, and ever since then we haven't had an adventure video yet. So today we're gonna have that video. Currently packing, it's about noon, and I saw how nice the ocean looked and just decided that I was gonna do it. I was thinking maybe we'd go tomorrow or not at all, but it just is way too nice out there. So let's get the car packed up, go get to the boat. It's in the water right now from last weekend, which was 4th of July. And we're gonna head out there and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in Catalina Island. So stay tuned for that. All right, so we're pretty much at the club, and once we arrive, I gotta go get the boat from the mooring and then load all of this stuff. And then after that, we gotta go get fuel. So I'm hoping we'll be on our way to the island by, what time is it now? 1, by 2? That'd be really fast if we're on our way down by 2. We're gonna try to do it though. You guys are gonna see the cove we're going to. It's a private cove. I'll show you guys how to get there from Newport, as well as how to get to Avalon. But it is privately owned, so you have to be a member to be allowed to go there. So keep that in mind. And if you are a member, you can use it and use their facilities. We also have a surprise product review video coming out. It's my first one, so if you're watching this, go check that out. And it's on this product that's hidden behind the pillow back here, so you're gonna want to check that out. And let me know what you guys think about those. If you like me doing those, we'll make more of them. If not, no more product reviews. I'm gonna park this thing right now, and then we are gonna load up, and I will catch you guys on the way to the fuel dock. Not looking forward to it. Feels very expensive right now, so we'll see what it's at today. I forgot that at some point over the next 3 days I probably want to eat, so grocery store, quick shopping montage. All right, welcome aboard. After cleaning the boat and going to the grocery store and organizing everything and buying more stuff, we are finally on our way to the fuel dock. Once we're at the fuel dock, we're gonna take on not a lot of fuel, but just enough fuel, maybe 30 or 40 gallons. It's probably gonna be like $300, which is great, love that. And then we're heading over to Catalina. I usually wouldn't leave to go to Catalina this late in the day, but I checked the weather and the wind and it looked really mellow all day today and all day tomorrow, and I'm just gonna see how it goes. We'll see what it's like, we'll grab some fuel, and then we'll hit it. And I'll catch up with you guys at the fuel dock. All right, everyone, it is our lucky day. Literally, as I was getting fuel, as they were pumping it, the boss came down to the fuel dock and said that the prices had just dropped, and it ended up dropping about 60 cents in like the 5 minutes that I was at the fuel dock. So by the time I paid, we were out of there for $5.54 a gallon, which is just so much fun. I love it. It just makes me so happy. It's better than $6.30 a gallon. Diesel's actually kind of less expensive on the water in a weird way, because it's not the same diesel you put in your truck on the road. It's not taxed with all the gas, like all the different road taxes they throw on gasoline and diesel that you put in your truck or your car. It's used for it's like the same diesel they use for tractors, which if you're from the Midwest or any other part of the US, you probably understand that. But in California, it's not something people know. We're heading out of the harbor. It is currently 3 o'clock. I wanted to leave the harbor at 2 o'clock, but I did a lot more than I thought I would have to. So I think this is kind of all right. It takes about an hour and a half to get to Catalina, where we're going. Hopefully we have no issues. It looks to be a beautiful day. It's a little windier than I thought it was supposed to be when I just checked the app, but it's really not windy, so I think it'll be fine. But we'll see. Famous last words as always. It's about 30 nautical miles to where I'm going. This boat will do like 25 cruising. I'm probably just gonna cruise at like 20, which will be about like 1,800 RPMs. The only thing that really sucks about cruising slow in this boat, because it's a comfortable enough boat on the water, is I don't have a seat. I have to stand like the longer I am, and that gets pretty annoying eventually. We will be in Catalina hopefully by like 4:30. Would be sick. And I'll show you guys how to get there from Newport, which is the harbor I'm leaving out of. We got our compass here. There's a compass heading to go to Avalon, compass heading to go to White's Cove, which is what it's called where we're going. And to be honest with you, I actually don't know the compass heading for Whites, but I know where it is geographically. So I think we'll be fine because you can see the island today and I know where to look on the island. I'll show you guys how to do that too. And let's get out there. All right, so we are leaving the harbor right now, and I'm not gonna be able to show you guys the landmarks I'm looking for on Catalina because I don't know if you can see this, but Catalina is very hard to see. And I can do it with my eyeballs when I focus, but can't do it with this GoPro. Hopefully I'll get a camera that can zoom soon and I can show you guys things better. 2 tricks for when you're going to Catalina without a GPS system like I don't have. First trick, follow all the other boats. This guy in front of us, right over here, not the jet ski, but where the jet ski is, he's going to Avalon. I can tell just because the way he's pointed and because it's Thursday afternoon and people in Newport like to go to Avalon. So he's going there. I'm gonna go a little bit to the right of him, which is where White's Cove is. It's a little more in the middle, not really the middle of the island, but a little more in the middle. Avalon's about 220. He's actually going to kind of the east side of the island. He's going a little off Avalon right now, but he might correct for it. And then White's, which I can barely see, is more like 230. It's not much more. I'll look up on the chart when I get back what it actually is, but it's not much more to the right. And it's also underneath like the highest peak on the island. So you just kind of go to that peak and then it's to the left of that. So not that hard to do. I'll show you guys once we get closer and you can actually see it on the GoPro. But for now, let's take our RPMs up and get to the island, hopefully. We'll catch you guys on our way and over in Whites. Surf's Up is the world's loudest boat when it's underway. It has 2 huge diesel engines. If you haven't seen anything on this boat, go check out the video that I made on it. It's called JakeSea Watch. You can find it in the description below. But anyways, the reason why I have you here today in the middle of the channel, out with nothing around us, woo, almost lost the hat, is because of one reason, and it is Greek mythology. So, if you look over to our starboard, you will see Long Beach and San Pedro. You probably won't actually see Long Beach and San Pedro because it's about 15, 20 miles away and I only have a GoPro. But if you were able to see it, you would notice that there are oil rigs in between us and there, right along here, right about there. And what those oil rigs do is they sit on a deeper shelf than the rest of the area, and they pump oil, obviously. But what they do for us is when you don't have a GPS system, or you don't have a radar, or you only have your trusty compass, it's sometimes difficult if you haven't done this trip to know how close or far you are from the island or from the land. So I've noticed in the time that I've come over here that those oil rigs right back here, those oil rigs, when they line up like planets out of a Greek myth, mean that you're pretty much about halfway to Catalina. The reason it's really difficult to tell how far you are from the island is because the island's deceivingly big. It's a giant rock, like an absolutely massive rock. You can see it from 30 miles away and you can see it all the way there, so like the whole time, it's not really getting a lot bigger, it's just sort of big to begin with. And so you'll get within like 10 miles and it'll look really clear, it'll open up and you'll think you're super close, but you're still like 40 minutes away. So I'll try to show you that here soon. Also, I don't know if you'll be able to see it now, but we're heading to that top peak right there, and that little depression over there on the other side of the island, that's Avalon. I don't know if you can hear any of this. I imagine I'll be mouthing over it in an edit later. All right, so we made it to White's Cove. It's in front of us. I don't feel like it was as calm as I thought it would be for a start. Gonna have to have a conversation with the people over at Windy about what the hell was going on today. Because when I looked, it said it died off, but it clearly hadn't. Besides that, and me being soaking wet, I think this is the perfect opportunity to talk to you guys about how great the Captain's Review merchandise is. As you can see, it's completely waterproof. It stood up great. Barely even see through at all. So go check that out. That's at thecaptainsreview.com. This little sea lion guy over here, he's waving to us. He's saying go get some Captain's Review merchandise, and you can't blame him. He knows what he's doing. Gotta wipe some of the water off my nose. I'm gonna go in and moor up, and then maybe fly the drone around and show you guys what White's Cove looks like. All right, so after that fun adventure, we made it. We're moored up in what is White's Cove over here in Catalina Island. We got the first mooring, A1. And yeah, it's really nice. There's kind of like a easterly wind coming through, but I think it'll die off and be super nice. It took me an hour and 45 minutes. Probably could have done it faster if there wasn't choppy or wind, but I wasn't trying to really go all that fast to begin with. I never touched the throttles the whole way over. Even when we hit the waves, I just kept going the same speed because I wasn't going that fast to start with. I think that's going to conclude what might be now part 1 of the 3-day Catalina adventure. Tomorrow, we'll do some stuff here and then we'll go over to Avalon. So go ahead and be sure to check out part 2, which we will release shortly after this one. Stay tuned for that. This just turned into the 3-part weekend extravaganza. Maybe a 2-part weekend extravaganza, we'll see. But go and check it out. And don't forget to check out the merch over at thecaptainsreview.com. I'm definitely gonna be picking up more after how great it handled the weather today. So check that out. We'll catch you guys in part 2.